have my journal right here so it can help me guide me through the process of filming my first YouTube video. I am a Therian, as you can probably tell. And today I would like to talk about identity and theriantropy. I am a red fox, red merle, dog, coastal wolf, and piebald deer Therian. I do identify as all of these animals. And today I would like to talk about a little bit about this and doing so from my own personal experience. This will not be the same as your own experience, which is totally okay. We might have things in common, which will be nice, but we mostly probably will have things that we don't relate to. Um, because no two altered human or ethereal experiences are the same, which is totally okay. So, I cannot speak for anyone else but me. This is my own experience and what I have learned about myself. And I would like to share it. So maybe, hopefully, you can have a very better understanding of yourself or even their entropy. So, the way I experience my theriantropy is through a human and animal lens. What does this mean? It means that I identify as part human and part animal. It's not always a 50-50 thing. Sometimes I can feel more human, sometimes I can feel more animal. But it's always like a combination, like a constant shift between both of them. This balance can change every day, sometimes even multiple times a day. It can be quiet, it can sneak up on you. Some beings might experience their entropy in a completely different way. Some of them might feel completely animal or experience this balance in a more constant way if they do experience the same balance as I do. That's completely valid and that's completely okay as long as they know who they are. That's all that matters, really. There's a lot of different ways that a being can explain and understand their entropy. Some of them may experience it as a more spiritual thing, like for example having past lives. Others might experience it in a more psychological, mental, or even physical way, or maybe even a mix of all of the above. But what is theriantropy and how is it tied to your identity? Well, theriantropy is a way of naming those who identify as something non human, as a non human being. Theriantropy is not a game, it's not only for children, and it's not something you can really avoid. For me, it's something that shows up in quiet ways. It can be in instincts, in the way I view life, in the way I move, in the way I think. Some moments might even be stronger, and I might get mental shifts where my mind becomes that of an animal, and I view life in the way an animal will view life. My shifts are not very strong or dramatic or very long, they are more subtle, but they are there. And if you do experience shifts, they might be different from what I have experienced. I have seen Therians that have very strong, very lasting, and very often shifts. I don't have shifts very often, only if the environment is the right environment. For example, if I'm next to the sea or next to a forest, or if I'm listening to certain songs that remind me of my stereotypes. It, everybody experiences shift differently if they even do get shifts. In my day-to-day life, most things look normal. I have a routine, I have relationships, I have I live a completely human life. But those feelings coexist with my animal mind, with my animal soul, with my animal being. So, What is identity? And why do we say being a Therian is an identity? Well, an identity is a collection of traits, behaviors, feelings, and stuff, all of that stuff that makes you you, the stuff that makes you who you are. Your identity is shaped over time by your experiences, your relationships, your environment, your memories, and the way you interpret life. It can shift, it can grow, it can change. It is something fluid, or it can be fluid, but it's also something consistent that connects who you are, who you were, and who you are becoming. I strongly believe that all of my life experiences up until this moment, woven together, have formed my animal identity. That's how I experience my theriantropy. Sometimes my own identity can be grounding. It can be helpful because I have finally named something that has been unnamed for a long, long time. Other times it can be isolating, like trying to explain something that even if you explain it perfectly, most people will not understand. And that's something that I have had to come to terms with. Not everyone will understand you, and even if they do understand you, their experiences might be different from yours. And people not understanding you kinda sucks, but it's also okay. And you don't even need to explain yourself to anyone. Still, I choose to use the level Therian and Alter Human to explain my own experience, my own being, my soul, my spirit, to explain what is happening right inside of me. But you don't need a level for yourself if you don't want to fit into a box. Maybe the identity is something that doesn't need to fit perfectly into one box. Maybe it is allowed to be something fluid, to be something that can change, to be something that is not perfect or doesn't always make 100% sense. If you're someone who relates to this, or if you are still figuring things out, you don't need to have all the answers right now. You're allowed to explore, to question, you're allowed to take time to figure yourself out. And if you don't relate to any of this, that is also okay. Not two other human or Therian experiences are the same. And I think there's a lot of beauty in that. We just have to respect it. I would like to hear your own experiences and your own thoughts about this topic down in the comments below. Please do take care of yourself, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.